Good day and God bless to all of you. So, the assigned topic that were assigned to us is about the direct, purposeful experiences and beyond. Okay, so a saying, a statement from Edgar Dale. From the rich experiences that our senses bring, we construct the ideas, the concepts, the generalization that give meaning and order to our lives. So, yes, it is true that as we let ourselves or the students to experience a real world situation where they will enact that and do that in their own as they experience that is what you call the first hand, and then uh, we through the senses, all the senses, when we use all the senses that we have, then we are able to construct the ideas and even concepts, and then we have a generalization. We can come up to a generalization of what that certain task that we had done, and we can also deduce a meaningful experiences in it. What are referred to as direct, purposeful experiences? These are our concrete and first-hand experiences that make up the foundation of our learning. These are the rich experiences that our senses bring, from which we construct the ideas, the concept, the generalization that give meaning and order to our lives. So, as I've said before, we uses we make use of the senses that we have, and we involve the self itself to the task that will be done by the students in the classroom or even outside the classroom, and that is uh, learning by doing. Okay, so every one of us will not acquire a certain skills or the skills that he have when he does not do it, or the skills that we call will not come out of the blue, or yes, because the skills that we will have will require the practices, the direct experiences in it, in order for us to be able to master that skill. And examples of here is first the teachers work on her skills in computer. Okay, so in order for you to be able to be literate in the computer, you have to expose yourself to the computer task or works, and that after doing it again and again, then you will be able to master it. And when for example, you have made a mistake, then all you have to do is correct that mistake. And in order for you to correct that mistake is to never do it again the way you do it, but instead you have to do it in an enhanced way, or you have to improve. And then when you do it again and again, or as the saying, practice makes perfect. Okay, so when you practice and practice and practice and practice, then that is the time that you can say that you are already at the level of mastering, or the mastery of that skills, in acquiring that skills. We have here the direct. Okay, here in the presentation you can see the indirect and the direct experiences. Okay, first, the direct is uh we have here an example like the preparing meals, making a pieces of furniture, doing PowerPoint presentation, performing a laboratory experiments, delivering a speech, or talk, taking a trip, and then climbing a mountain. The direct experiences is we are the one who do it firsthand. Okay, and then we have here preparing a meals, making a pieces of furniture. Yes, we do it on our own when we prepare meals and when we make a furniture. And then doing a PowerPoint presentation, performing a laboratory experiment. So when we do a PowerPoint presentation, we are the one because we type and then we let our creativity to express. Performing a laboratory experiments is also an example of direct experiences because again we are the one who will be doing that experiment. And then delivering a speech. So by delivering a speech or taking a trip, then we uses our mouth. Okay, so when we talk, we uses our voice, our mouth, and then when we taking a trip, it also involves all our senses because as the self is what is going there and to take the trip. Okay, so not the other people, but we are the one who will be the one doing it. And then climbing a mountain. So how can you call a climbing mountain when you are not the one who climbs or a person who climbs the mountain? And then the climbing of mountain also we learn it by doing. So the direct experiences is directly through the senses. Okay, so all our senses are involved and are used in this direct experiences because we learn by doing. And then the indirect experiences is here. What we have here is people that we observe, read or heard about, watch through various outlets. So that is the examples of indirect experiences. We are not the one, or there are other people involved in that where we, the viewer or the reader will be here and just we observe that. Okay, and not all senses are being used, and or the this is where the indirect experiences is the experiences of other people. Okay, we the other people, the experiences of other people, and that indirectly with the reduced sensory experiences. So an example of this is that people that we observe. So an example of that is when we see or when we observe our brothers or sisters doing her assignment, then the only senses that we can use that are involved in that is our sense of sight, sense of hearing. Okay, because we just observe and just listen to our sister or brother that is doing her or his assignments. So only limited senses are used rather than all the senses, like the direct experiences where all our senses are used, like the climbing of mountain. Okay, so our sense of sight, hearing, and that, and all that senses are being involved in that.
So good day and God bless, ma'am. I am Shalami Bitachi Villarta, a B.Ed third year student. So for today's video, I will be going to discuss the second part of our reporting, and this is the continuation. Okay, so first, why are these direct describes to the purposeful? So purposeful because the experience are not purely mechanical. So they are not a matter of going through the motion. These are not a mere sensory excitation. So they are experiences that are internalized in the sense that these experiences involve the asking of questions that have significance in the life of the person undergoing the indirect experience. So it is also described as purposeful because experiences are undergone to a purpose. It is done in a relation to a certain learning objectives, and it seems to develop a higher level thinking skills of a student. So next is Next is, why do we want our students to have a direct experience in conducting an experiment in the laboratory? So it is done in a relation to a certain learning objectives. So it is important for us as a teacher nga ipa-direct experience nato sila or ato mga students in conducting an experiment in the laboratory so that the students can experience develop their problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills, as well as they can gain exposure to reactions, materials, and equipment in a lab. So, kanang bitong para dili na sila murag maigna bitaw kung makakita sila mga gamit nga possible nga makita nila sa laboratory. So, next is, where should these direct purposeful experiences lead us to? So the title of this lesson is Direct Purposeful Experiences and Beyond. Implies that these direct experiences must not be period of the dead end. We must be brought to the higher plane. The higher plane referred to here is the level of generalization and abstraction. So that is why we speak of hands-on, minds-on, and hearts-on approach. Out of the direct experiences, thoughts or meanings following reflection must flow or run the rest of a lesson, consisting of activity enjoyed by the learners who cannot make connection with the activities themselves. Okay, so the next one is according to the grade 4's testimony, it was only when I came to Manila Zoo that I learned that a giraffe is that tall and an elephant is that big. Okay, so a grade 4 student pupil has a crystal clear concept of the size of the elephant and the height of a giraffe. So after seeing with her eyes the real elephant and the giraffe, so the grade 4 pupil or zoo's experiences the elephant and the giraffe. So enables his here to understand clearly and visualize correctly that elephant and giraffe upon hearing and reading. So through sa iyang paglaag niya sa zoo or pag-visit niya sa zoo, nakita niya ang difference sa giraffe and elephant. So ang giraffe is taas and then the elephant is kanang dako. So according na siya sa grade 4 student. Okay, so the cone of experience implies that we move from the concrete to abstract and from the abstract to the concrete as well. Okay, so the next one is, again, direct experiences are first and experiences that serves as the foundation of learning. Direct is a concept of formation and abstraction. So we should not end our lesson. So as a future educator, dili na to dali-dalion atong lesson with knowing only the concrete. We go beyond the concrete by reading the level of abstract concept. Okay. So, according to John Dewey in 1916, an ounce of experience is better than a ton of theories. So, because it is only in experience that any theory has a vital and verifiable of significance, and experiences are very humble experiences is capable of generating and carrying any amount of theory. So that would be all for today. Thank you and God bless.
God bless everyone. God bless ma'am. My name is Antalay Sultan Beedri. If direct purposeful experience or first-hand sensory experience make us learn and scale effectively. What is direct purposeful experience? These are our concrete experience and first-hand experience that make up the foundation of our learning. What does this imply to the teaching-learning process? First, let us give our students opportunities to learn by doing. Let us immerse our students in the learning world of experience. Learning by doing refers to a theory of education. This theory has been expanded by American philosopher. Each hands-on approach to learning, meaning students must fit their environment in order to adapt and learn. As a future teacher, to those my students, I will give them the opportunities to learn or experience the things here in world and to show the what is the reality. Second, let us make use of real things as instructional material for as long as we can. Instructional material are print or non-print items that are designed to impact information to students in educational process. Include items such as print, textbook, magazine, newspaper, slides, picture, workbooks, electronic, and media. Third, let us help students develop the five senses to the full, heightening their sensitivity to the world. Five senses. Number one, sense of sight. Our sight of Our sense of sight is used when we look at things around us. Number two, sense of hearing. They help you ears. Number three, sense of touch. It helps you touch and feel things. Number four, sense of smell. It helps you smell different things. Number five, sense of taste is help you taste different kinds of food. Fourth, let us guide our students so that they can draw meaning from their first-hand experience and elevate their level of thinking. To develop, to develop or to test the level of thinking of the student, the teacher will give an activities that will put their skills in drawing just as through on what they see, they hear, what they feel when touching something, and what they smell and taste. Direct experience are first-hand experience that serve as the foundation of learning. The opposite of direct experience are indirect of vicarious experience. Indirect purposeful experience, they are not our own self experience, but still experiences in the sense that we see, read, and hear about them first-hand sensory experience. Direct experience lead us to concept, formation, and abstraction. We should not end our lesson knowing only the concrete. We go beyond the concrete by reaching the level of abstract concept. That's all. Tayo.